Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everyone. First item on the agenda is for, Bill, you're going to give us an update on this new yard waste leaf process?
Yeah, as council knows, we have offered a service to the residents for a long time now, and it's been a container where you could bring your leaf waste, your tree and bushes, if you trim a tree or cut down a tree, and you can't bring grass clippings or anything like that. But we've had a container before we built this new building. It was behind the old community center, and then it was relocated to Deep Meadow Park. But unfortunately, what has happened for a long time now, not recently, but a long time, is illegal dumping. So the program was set up for Horsham Township homeowners, and not businesses, not landscapers, not non-residents. And what has happened over time, and it's gotten out of control to the point where we're changing the program this year, is the illegal dumping. We have couches being dumped, TVs being dumped, playgrounds, wooden playgrounds, full wooden playgrounds being dumped, material that isn't allowed to be composted and recycled. Thus, it's costing us and has cost us way over our budget line item to dispose of this material. So we are no longer going to have the containers that are basically a free fall in Deep Meadow Park. We are going to, our new program for this leaf and yard waste is going to be the third Saturday of every month from 8 a.m. to noontime. Horsham Township residents can bring their leaf waste and yard waste. The only no grass clippings and nothing over 5 inches in diameter. There is no length restriction, so if you have a 20-foot tree branch that's 5 inches or less in diameter, you can bring that to us. So you're going to bring it to our Public Works facility, which is 1005 Horsham Road, right next to Kohler Park. And our Public Works staff will take it from you. And again, it's going to be the third Saturday of every month from 8 a.m. to noon at the Public Works facility. And you have to bring some type of proof of residency. It doesn't have to be a driver's license. It can be some other, just something to show them that proof that you're a Horsham resident. And that's how we're going to run the program now, which, by the way, is very much similar to most municipalities in Montgomery County. What we did was unusual, and now we have to change because of the illegal dumping that is and the cost involved with that.
Okay. When's this going to start again?
Actually starts February 19th, and we'll be advertising. Is it going to be an insert, a flyer in our tax bills that were recently mailed out? It'll be in our next township newsletter, which is at the printer right now. We'll do social media, we'll do website, we'll do our TV channel. We'll make announcements like I am today at various functions and meetings that our staff goes to just try to spread the word of the new program.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Any questions or comments from the public? Being none, update on the COVID-19?
So Horsham Township, the total positivity rate is 15.32%. Montgomery County positivity rate is 14.51%. And this will be our last month showing this slide. And that's because these percentages are becoming more and more inaccurate. The public health people have told us, they're not as accurate as they have been for many different reasons. People doing home tests to themselves, not reporting it. So these percentages are becoming less and less accurate, and I don't like sharing information that really isn't accurate. So we will stop showing this slide after this month for that reason, and hope that in March, there is some good news from the public health officials that this is starting to come to an end. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Under that. Okay, what about our PFAS?
I'm not going to go through this whole chart, but myself and Tina O'Rourke at the authority, we kind of put this chart together. This chart is on their website, the authority's website, and of course will be part of the presentation that is added to their website tomorrow each month. So this just gives the long-term source and treatment and the system status. So the first column are well numbers, and the very last is the aqua interconnect. The second column is the permanent treatment system in service date of when the GAC or ion exchange went into service. And then the third column is the number of change outs to date at each of those sources. And the fourth is the average time between change outs, months and months. And then the last one is average gallons treated between change outs in millions of gallons. So for example, the second to the bottom, well number 40, which is one of our highest producing wells, the permanent GAC system went into service in 2017. There's been a total number of 3 changeouts to date. Average time between changeouts is a year and a half, and in between changeout, they've treated 90 million gallons of water in between changeouts. So that's again, I'm not going to go over this chart, but it sort of condenses a lot of the long-term statistics and data, and it is on the authority's website. Some other long-term, the military-funded private wells connections. So those private wells above 70 parts per trillion, there's been 90 homes connected by the Navy and 4 by the National Guard Bureau. Below 70 parts per trillion, construction began just last month, and 14 of the 33 homes being connected by the Navy are done at this point. Our park treatment plant wastewater is averaging 27.1 parts per trillion combined. Also, the authority did reach an agreement with the Air Guard. So the Air Guard wastewater, they did receive a discharge permit to allow discharge of their wells treatment system to come to our sewer treatment plant, which also kicked in a sewer planning exemption mailer as part of that system. So that is all working, and now the water from the wells 1 and 2 are coming to our treatment plant. Myria grant funding. So the Water and Sewer Authority was awarded in December $3,370,000 by Myria. Sort of what the breakdown is: $1.7 million for water main extensions and house connections for PFAS contaminated private well owners. And all of this is happening this year. $1.56 million for well number 9 PFAS remedial system and other capital equipment. $676,000 for PFAS systems, existing treatment systems, their operation and maintenance cost, and $120,000 for tapping fees and water meter fee costs related to PFAS contamination. Stormwater management update from the Navy, pilot number 1, which is their pump and treat system for groundwater by Hangar 680, continues to operate. As of February 1st, they treated almost 19 million gallons. Their Pilot 2 site, which is by Horsham Road, the fire training facility site, that went into operation a couple months ago, and as of February 1st, they've treated almost 100,000 gallons at that site. Their existing stormwater piping job is now complete, and so that will probably come off your updates. The update from the Biddle Air National Guard Base is their detention basin systems continues to operate, and they've already treated approximately 45 million gallons of water coming through there, and all the sample results are below 2 parts per trillion combined going into Park Creek. And they are working on a contract for an interim groundwater action plan, very similar to the pump and treat systems the Navy put it on the Navy side. The updates: the next RAB meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, March 9th at 6 o'clock. and that will be virtual, as council knows and got a copy of the letter that I sent to the Navy requesting that these meetings, number one, not fall on a council meeting night, and number two, be back in person. So I have not gotten a response from them on that letter yet. The Pennsylvania Department of Health health study, they're still recruiting. They're doing very well. I believe they're into April now on appointments, so February and March are both booked. Their next public community meeting will be a virtual meeting on March 23rd from 7 to 9 p.m. And the Myria, their next board meeting is Friday, March 4th at 9 o'clock, actually in this room. And that's the timeline. Nothing's changed on that. And just how well our water is below detection levels in Horsham Township.
Great. Any questions? All right, Bill, thank you. Next is the approval of minutes. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Treasurer's report?
The balance in the general fund as of January 31st, 2022 is $3,084,064.11. The balance carried forward is more than budgeted. For the most part, both the receipts and the expenditures in the general fund reflect normal activity for January. For a more detailed presentation of our current financial position, I would refer you to your monthly booklet.
Move to ratify the checks in the general fund in the amount of $3,743.22, and further move to authorize payment of the same. Move to authorize the list of checks in all funds in the amount of $409,091.35, and further move to authorize payment of the same. And lastly, I move to ratify the U.S. Bank credit card transactions for the month of January 2022 in the amount of $8,156.77.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next two items, I believe, are being tabled tonight, Bill?
Yes, sir. Both are need to be tabled.
Hey, do we have motions for those, or we're just tabling?
You can do motions for the minutes and a voice vote.
I move to table the Pete's Car Wash preliminary land development at 233 Eastern Road, as well as the JT Capital, 1216 Stong's Lane.
Second.
Both been moved and seconded. Are those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is the Horsham Day fireworks contract.
You haven't seen this in a couple years since Horsham Day was canceled the last 2 years. So this is the contract for our fireworks. Horsham Day 2022 is on. It's Saturday, June 4th with a rain date of Sunday, June 5th. And this is just the contract that we need to approve now for the fireworks. The fireworks, and as council knows, since we have been off 2 years, we're trying to make this the greatest and best Horsham Day ever. And we upped the fireworks a little bit to make that just like we are doing every part of Horsham Day. We just want the businesses, the community, everyone to come out and celebrate, hopefully, if you want to call it the end of COVID, but just come out and have a good time and have a good day. So the contract for you is in your packets tonight for your consideration.
Motion?
I move to authorize the agreement with Celebration Fireworks, Inc. in the amount of $15,550 for a fireworks display at Horsham Day.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. That being our last item on the agenda, meeting is adjourned.